BMRforum.com and BMRodds.com. What is going on, boys? What is going on? Welcome back to episode number 47 of The Lobby. We are moving right along. You know, guys, pretty soon here, we're going to be at episode number 50.
Yeah, about that.
52
we
is
have
a
a
year.
50th anniversary. Yeah.
Amazing.
Big party.
But as usual, to my right, the one, the only, Mr. Donnie Redside. What's up, Donnie?
Can't wait for the playoffs starting up. Super wild card weekend this weekend. Great stuff here. Had a great, field throughout the college football playoff. I thought all the games were fantastic right through to the final, which I had Michigan. So I'm in good spirits here entering into this weekend.
Some awesome. And down below me, the man, Mr. Sam's in charge, rocking the Cowboys jersey, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
Got to support the team.
Not surprising.
Just wait for my my pick. It might surprise the world.
Let that go.
Little teaser there, huh, Sammy?
Yeah, not really a teaser. We're going with the Cowboys. 3 games to 3 games to the Super Bowl, 2 games for a championship. I'm 33 years old. They haven't made it to the NFC Championship game since 1995. I was only 5 years old, so that doesn't count. I love my whole life growing up. People call me a bandwagon fan, but you can't be a bandwagon fan when you've never seen them win. So I've said it many times in my life. This is the year. I'm saying it again. This is the year. Let's see how they disappoint me, but let's go Cowboys.
You really can't be a bandwagon fan if you like the team, most of your life and you've never seen them win a championship. I think you can only really be a bandwagon fan. My thought on it is if a team wins a championship, you never liked that team before, and suddenly you're a fan of that team all because they won a championship. That's my take on it.
100%.
Donnie, what do you think?
Yeah, like if I was a New England fan and then I'm a Kansas City fan or a Tampa Bay fan, like, okay, you're just following the quarterback, but no.
Yeah, it's most of the people that do that. But yeah, I hear you on that. Like I was a Miami Hurricanes fan for a long, long time. Still a Hurricanes fan, and it feels like it's been decades since the Miami Hurricanes actually mattered, but still root for them each and every week. It's fun.
Well, let's jump right out onto, again, something Sammy doesn't have much of, hardwood. Sammy, start with you, NBA. What do you got?
Yeah, so in the NBA tonight, the Knicks. How about the Knicks after that trade? I know I've trashed the trade.
Yes, you have. Still, you were very adamant about trashing that trade too.
Yeah, I know, but so far so good. They're the only team that's undefeated in the year 2024, and he's got a plus 111 plus minus with him on the floor, which actually is like a Knicks record. So far so good. I like what they are producing right now, but not playing tonight, so I can't pick them. But tonight I do like Boston over Minnesota. I like the 76ers over Atlanta, and I like New Orleans over Golden State. And Golden State is a little bit in disarray right now, but they are getting Draymond Green back. And then I do have one pick for NCAA. If you're not following along, if you got over 500 posts, you're allowed to post in this contest that JDS is grading. It's a $1,000 NCAA best bet. I am currently 6-1 right now in second place. So it's one game a day for the next 3 months. And right now I am taking Tennessee on the road at Mississippi State at a short price, -2. So I'm taking them tonight in NCAA college basketball.
Speaking of NCAA, you got anything else for the weekend besides that one pick tonight, Sam?
Yeah, so I basically go day by day. I don't try and look too far in advance. Definitely basketball is starting to hit more of the forefront now that you're not going to have college football throughout the week and especially on the weekend. You already noticed that this weekend on ESPN, you got hockey that's getting national TV. The Rangers have a big game on the weekend. You're going to have a lot more college basketball games on Saturday and Sunday, and definitely big Monday, big Tuesday on ESPN, especially when rivalry weeks, a lot more conference play. And we're, 2 months away from conference tournament and March Madness. Every month in sports, something new and exciting is happening, and it's a great time to be a sports fan.
It is definitely a great time to be a sports fan. Excuse me. And speaking of March Madness, Sammy, I know you used to come out to Vegas pretty regularly. Are you coming out to Vegas for March Madness?
Yeah, so I haven't been out there since 2018. And then obviously I was supposed to go out there 2020, COVID hit, and now it hasn't really been the same. We used to go to Legacy Stadium, which is one of the top sports books in the country.
Plazo, yes. Very nice.
The Plazo, yep. So we used to get a huge bar tab, have great seats, go there from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., gamble a bunch, drink a bunch, eat a bunch, make friends. That's a great atmosphere. I went there, I believe, 5 times in my mid-20s, but they've gotten rid of a lot of those major sports books, a lot of those major, spots for gamblers. So as of right now, I haven't been there since 2018. No future plan, but definitely will be out there at some point.
Some awesome. It'd be great to finally meet you after all these years in person.
Yeah, right. Of course.
But it's unfortunate with the sports books out here. The biggest one right now that comes to mind is Circa.
Yeah, I haven't been there personally myself. I know when I used to stay at the Venetian, sometimes I would just go to the floor, to the gambling floor. But the nice part about the Palazzo is that you had that atmosphere. You're just meeting a bunch of random fans. If they're betting the same team as you, you're not fans with them for the next 2 hours. You make friends. You have good drinks. It was always a great atmosphere. Buzzer beater. The whole room goes crazy. Some great moments. Just some great atmospheres in those times.
Definitely. Since we're on the topic of March Madness, Donnie, I know it's a couple months away, but what's your usual plans for the madness of it all?
Yeah, usually just relaxing, chilling out at home, betting games, obviously watching them, doing a little on-air content at that point. Last time I was in Vegas for like an event was 2017. I flew out there for Alabama versus Clemson, and I watched the game from Legacy's, which was tremendous. We actually had bar seats there, which you had to reserve just about the entire thing. So we got a couple of those last minute, had some great meals there, won some money on that game. I had the over in that one. So it is a great place because we were on the opposite side from like the stadium seating where you had to walk back and place your bets there. But that's a pretty cool atmosphere, no doubt about it, all the way through. But I enjoy March Madness just from sitting at home from that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What a great weekend, man. And it's approaching quick, man. It really is.
You know it. But, Donnie, let's jump right into it. What do you got for NBA and college basketball while we're on the topic of it?
Yeah, by the way, the college basketball game, Tennessee, Mississippi State, like the under 138.5 for that game. Two teams that play really good defense here, or a conference rivalry in the SEC. I'm looking forward to that one, but I think it's more from a defensive side for me. On the hardwood in the NBA tonight, 3 games I'm looking at, not from side perspectives, but from prop perspectives tonight. If you take a look at the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Boston Celtics, for me, it's going to be Jason Tatum. It took over 26.5. He sat out the last game against the Indiana Pacers, but before that, into the 30s every single night. His total tonight, 26.5. Oklahoma City Thunder and the Miami Heat should be a great game. That game is in the mid-230s here as a total, so we're expecting points here. No Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat, so I expect Tyler Hero to have another big performance. Went over 23.5 points for him in that ball game. Then the Philadelphia 76ers, without Joel Embiid, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. That game's total 244. So I actually went to Tobias Harris, a little bit expensive, to score 20 points or more at a -140 price. So that's where I'm going tonight. 3 prop bets, 3 different teams, 3 different players.
Good luck with those. And Sammy, before we jump into the NFL Week 18, how was your NFL Week 18 in the National Football League?
It was great. It was actually one of my best weeks of the season, especially with a lot of games that were unbettable. I went 13-3 in like one of my year-long pick'em pools by the spread, which was one of my best weeks. And of course, they pay weekly winners, and a couple guys had 14, so that stunk. But in reference to the BMR pick 7, I went 6-1, got 3rd place, got $50. I know for the last couple months, I know I wasn't in the top 5 or top 10 for the year-long standings, but I did hit 3rd place week 16 and week 18, so I cashed $50 each of the last 2 out of the last 3 weeks for a quick $100. So can't complain there. Won some money this weekend. So overall, great week 18, and excited for the divisional weekend coming up a couple days from now.
Awesome. And since we're talking about it, Sammy, our Week 18 NFL winners, excuse me. Yeah, I'd rounded out number 5, Stevie Ray. Number 4, Champ 2399. Number 3, Mr. Sam's in charge. Number 2, Live Lucky 13. And on top, number 1, 7-0, P.I. Mike. Congratulations to you guys. And Sammy, hopefully you can take that $50 win and parlay it over quite a few times.
Of course. But let's go over the year-long standings where our other co-host cashed as well. So we got the year-long standings. You got 5th place Subaru 80 with 315. 4th place, Mr. Donnie right side, 316. 3rd place, you got WWUR Meyer, 317. 2nd place, Head Sturks, 325. And the winner, Daniel SP, winning for the last couple months, 332, a record of 80 wins and 46 losses. Congrats to Daniel SP, all the winners. Donnie right side, big cashing in there.
Fantastic, man. It was great. It was a great time all the way through. But I saw in the chat there, Daniel SP said he was glad he's happy to hang on because struggled a little bit over the past few weeks. Well, that's why you get yourself out to a nice lead where you can sort of coast in and don't need your best weeks. But it's a great time all the way around. Can't wait to get back into it again next year. See if we can have some similar success.
And then, Donnie, I saw on Twitter on Sunday, you were just posting winning tickets left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a crazy time this weekend, like, because I do a show on for another network. I went 5-0 on Saturday, 5-0 on Sunday, and then Monday's show, which was the national championship game, another 3-0. Like everything was coming through, man. It's one of those weekends that you're like, you know what? One for the good guys, and it feels good at that point. But it was a fantastic weekend, Sammy, no doubt about it.
Love to hear it.
So, man, congratulations again on your third place there. Congratulations to Daniel SP on his first place.
Woo, man.
That's going to be very, very nice.
That's
now,
nice.
Donnie, in regards to that Bitcoin, are you going to be holding it or are you going to be getting rid of it? You think the Bitcoin's going to go up?
It's funny you say that because, like, dipping into Bitcoin here and there, like, last time I was checking on it was around like 28,000, 29,000. So again, when you see that you won, like, let me just check on what's out there in Bitcoin, because from the weekly contest, I haven't touched the last 3 times that I won and just left it in there. So it is up, because I think I saw, mid 40,000 range here at this point. So I don't know if I'm going to leave it in, because you know what, like, investments for us are, you get that, you take it out, you win a game this weekend, you doubled your money. Like, that's like the investments that I like, but I can't fault anybody for saying, like, just leave it in there for in my Coinbase account. Don't touch it. And in a couple of years, like, hey, look at that, I forgot it was even here. Sometimes those are nice too.
Here's the thing with Bitcoin right now, Bobby, is, if you transfer me $50 and it's at 45,000, for that $50 to turn to 100, I need 45,000 to turn to 90,000.
Yes, true.
So $50 in realms of 45,000 means nothing. So you might as well just give it back to your bank account. Like Donnie says, put it on a game. Even if I lose it, $50 of Bitcoin it's not 2018 where it's worth $3. 50 of 45 is nothing.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes definite sense there, Sammy. So let's jump into it, Sam. National championship game. Who'd you have? What did you end up doing? And did you make some money on it?
Yeah, I talked about it last week. I was on Michigan for a small price. I ended up just taking them on the money line. Nothing too crazy onto it, but it was a pretty good game. I overall do think the 2 semifinal games were better than the finals, but the finals still had some nice storylines. It was a 2-touchdown game with Washington having the ball in the fourth quarter. Questionable holding call definitely stopped that drive, and then Michigan scored one more touchdown to really put it away. But overall, good for Michigan, good for their fan base, good for the Stool president, good for Barstool Sports. And then now you got the major storyline: is Harbaugh going to stay or will he go? I know the Chargers might be looking at him. They're talking about New England, and now Tennessee has a coaching spot open up. So that's now the big storyline: the portal, the NIL. Will Harbaugh stay or will he go? That could be a song,
A lot of different storylines going to develop this offseason for sure. So, Donnie, I know you said you had a winning college football championship game. What do you have? How was it? And how did you enjoy the game overall?
Yeah, I hated Michigan all the way through. Not how they played the game, but just the whole, like, Harbaugh suspended multiple times, didn't have a great schedule to start the season, number one, and all that stuff. But when we're handicappers, you sort of separate your hate because, Sammy's a Dallas Cowboys fan. I don't like the Dallas Cowboys, but I'll tell you one thing. If Dak Prescott, I think, is going to throw 2 or more touchdowns or 300 yards or Tony Pollard's going to have a big day, I'm putting my money on Dallas, and I'm a fan of Dallas for that day. Same thing with Michigan. I just thought Michigan was the better side coming into the game. I took a -4.5. Hit that. I also took Blake Corum. 2 touchdowns for Blake Corum plus 105. You watch 2 3 quarters, like, this is crazy. Like he said, he scores every game multiple touchdowns. He had no touchdowns on the board. Scores 2 fourth quarter touchdowns, which was fantastic for me. And also snuck by the under first half of 28.5, which he scored 27 total points there. It was a great day all the way around. I thought Michigan was the best team heading in to the college football playoff, even though early on I'm like, ooh, I think Alabama has a really good chance to upset them. But I still bet Michigan in that game and then bet Michigan in the national championship game. So it was a pretty good run there. Even though I can't stand Michigan, I like making money more than just hating on a football team.
Exactly. And that's what we're all here to do, Donnie. We're all here to make that money. And speaking of making money, speaking of making bowler coins as well, guys, make sure you join us for our 4th poker event this coming Saturday. Feel free to shoot me a private message, comment down in my thread. Sammy, Donnie, I'd like to see you both involved in that. Still plenty of opportunities, guys, to cash a ticket to the finals in the poker event where we're giving away plenty of bowler coins. And Sammy, Donnie, I know you guys are already doing it, but for people who are not, make sure you follow us on Twitter at BMRX. Every week, Donnie, you got to correct me.
No,
I'm giving you the sign. I'm giving you the sign.
Just yeah.
I thought you were giving me a DX sign there for a minute.
DX, drop DX, Des, whatever. Yeah.
So at BMR Reviews on X and at Instagram at BMR_review. Make sure you follow us on there. PM myself, BMR Genie. Let us know that you are following us, and we will definitely get you some baller coins. So, Sammy, how leading into the NFL wild card weekend, what do you got? Who do you like?
All right, so you got 6 games. Let's start with the first game and work our way down. So the first game of the afternoon, Saturday afternoon, is Cleveland at Houston. This is interesting because Houston is the home team, and they're actually a 2.5-point underdog. But what you really have here is a veteran and a Super Bowl MVP quarterback in Joe Flacco, who is in stride, who is playing some great football the last 2 months against a rookie and CJ Stroud. Really, other than Stroud and Nico Collins, that offense has really been struggling lately, whereas Cleveland is one of the top defenses, top 3 in the league, and Flacco is playing great football. So I do think that Cleveland has a little bit of the edge in that quarterback game over Houston. The second game is Miami at Kansas City. Now, this game is projected to be 0 degrees, possibly -5, -10-degree wind chill. So that's really going to favor Kansas City.
Hold on 1 second for me, Sammy. We have a special guest. Let's look who it is. Pipe.
Hey!
What's going on, guys? I didn't expect it early. I just took a peek and saw I was going to miss it.
All right. Well, we are glad you are here for sure, Pipe.
I guess he got his password back.
Yep.
Yeah, you saw that, huh? Quick switch of the email will create havoc, right?
Well, you know, we mentioned a couple weeks ago, you're what, 49 years old, right? So it's just the technology and saving the password.
I'm a little older than that, Sam.
Well, we are glad that you found your way here, Pipe. We were just actually talking about NFL Wild Card Weekend, but since you joined us, how was your NFL Week 18? What you have? How did it turn out for you?
It was pretty wild, man. I could tell you, last couple of weeks has been an up and down roller coaster for me. But yeah, I got some plays this week if you guys are ready for them.
Oh, do it. Okay, what do you got? Let's hear it. Wild card
I'm looking at that Cleveland under 44.5. I think that's going to be a defensive game. I expect Cleveland to win that game, by the way, but I'm not betting that side. I just like that total. My favorite play this week is KC -4.5 against Miami Dolphins. I don't expect the Dolphins to do well in cold. I mean, I am from South Florida. They've never played good in the cold. And, you know, I just feel KC, I mean, they're averaging around 21 points, a little bit more than that a game. And I just don't see the Dolphins really scoring that much. I mean, we saw what they did against Buffalo, right? They didn't play very good. My next one I'm targeting is the Buffalo under 36. That number seems kind of low. I think Buffalo is probably at the right number. I mean, Pittsburgh don't put up much points. Buffalo's -10, but I decided to go with the under on that one. And a surprising one for me, Sammy, is I like the Packers +7.5 against Cowboys. I feel I'm getting a hook there. I think we probably got a good shot at that just because it's 7.5. And now the surprise upset for me is the Rams outright on the money line at +145.
Over Detroit.
I think they're going to go up there and beat the Lions. +3 is probably the right way to go, but I'll probably do both. I'm going to probably get the 3, and I'm also expecting an outright win there. And my last one's going to be Tampa under 44. Philly ain't been doing that good. I kind of like Tampa in that game, but I decided to go with that under 44, guys. Those are my 7.
All right, Pipe. Well, good luck with those. Hopefully you cash on those. And Sammy, we'll jump back over to you. So NFL Wildcard Weekend, let's hear the rest of the plays you got.
Yeah, so going back into it on Sunday, I'm actually on Pittsburgh +10 against Buffalo. Like Pipe, I do think that's going to be a low-scoring game. So in a low-scoring game, you got to take the team, which is +10. Also in a situation where Buffalo is up 2 touchdowns, there's an easy opportunity for a backdoor cover. But I do think Pittsburgh is going to hold it close and actually has a chance for an outright victory. In reference to Dallas and Green Bay, of course, I like Dallas on the money line. I'm not betting the money line. I actually think the best bet in this game is to take the over 51. Jordan Love, 8 out of the last 9 games, has thrown for 2+ touchdowns. Dallas, Dak, that offense, one of the top offenses in the league. I think you're going to see a high-scoring game. Dallas win that game and over 51. For the Sunday night game, I kind of like Detroit over the Rams. It's the first home playoff game for the Detroit Lions in 30+ years. They're going to have a lot of energy, a lot of expectation. I really hope they hit that and they take advantage of that game at home and then, lose next week to Dallas in that rematch. And then going into that Monday night game, Eagles and Tampa Bay, would love to see the upset with Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield. Eagles definitely do have the small edge, but they are not playing well. Jalen Hurts 1-4 in the last 5 games. So they have really no momentum going into it, but Tampa Bay really is a hit and miss team. Yes, they have the home game. They won the division at 9-8, which pretty much puts them at, you don't know what type of week they're going to be. Up, down, up, down, up, down, no consistency. The Eagles aren't playing well too. So it might be something that you take a second half bet, find something live. Really tough to pick a side, but it should be a good Monday night game.
That it should. Donnie, up to you. What do you got this wild card weekend?
Yeah, I'll tell you a couple of angles this weekend that I like, which is rare because you have 2 teams that have not playing this weekend because they're on their buys officially. That is the Ravens there in the AFC and then the NFC with the San Francisco 49ers. But a couple of these teams took a de facto bye week last week, which I think was extremely smart. You take a look at Cleveland, rested their starters going up against a Houston team that played all of their starters because they had to try to win their division, and they did, and it was an emotional victory. I actually like Cleveland in this game. Miami and Kansas City. Earlier this week, I was leaning towards Miami in the 4 points and now getting 4.5. But you see how banged up the Miami Dolphins are. It's a freezing cold game. And the Kansas City Chiefs took a de facto bye week last week when the Miami Dolphins, as you guys saw, were playing the Buffalo Bills and losing that game. Pittsburgh and Buffalo, I'm going to take the 10 points with Pittsburgh because they're supposed to be getting 25-mile-an-hour winds and freezing cold conditions. I just don't know how high scoring that game is going to be. So I'll take the 10 points in that game. Dallas, Green Bay, I think we get points in that one. But my favorite bet is Jordan Love over 1.5 touchdown passes. He's actually done that in 8 of his last 9 games. I think we get points down in the dome, and I think he throws at least 2 of those. Rams and Detroit, not going to pick the side in this one, but again, the Rams are on a bye week de facto, sitting out that game last week against the San Francisco 49ers, which they won with Carson Wentz as a backup. I don't love the side, but you know what I do love? Matthew Stafford to throw 2 touchdown passes in the dome at a -112 price. I think we get points in that game. Stafford returning home, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp at wideout. I think that makes some sense. The hardest game of the weekend is probably my favorite game to watch. Why? Because I'm an Eagles fan. The Eagles have been playing terrible football. The Buccaneers can barely score any points. This game for a Monday Night Football game will be interesting to watch. I think it is, like Pipe said, a lower scoring game at that 43.5. But I do think the Eagles win the game because they're more talented than Tampa Bay is. Beat them already down there. I know that was earlier in the season, but if the Eagles can just play one decent football game, they should be able to turn Tampa Bay away in that one.
Thank you, Donnie, and good luck with those guys. And for all of our new followers who are not following us yet, on X, guys, we have our new Follower Friday giveaway. So every Friday about 1:30, we'll be posting on X. Make sure you give us a follow, retweet that, and we will send someone $50, one of our new followers. Right. Sammy, I think we discussed this before, retweet, re-X. What do you think here?
Yeah, I mean,
he's got a great strategy.
Twitter, it just says retweet. It doesn't say anything about re-X. So if we're following the verbiage, the domain name is X, but in reference to retweeting, you are straight up retweeting. Or actually, I'm sorry, you're reposting. They don't call it retweeting. You are just reposting it. So that's what they mean. You're not re-Xing. That doesn't even make sense. That's not even a word.
When did they stop calling it retweeting? It's always been retweeting to me.
Well, once they got rid of the tweet and the bird and they rebranded it and renamed it, I don't know. I don't pay attention on a daily basis. I am not smart enough or make enough money to be a known person that makes any big decisions. I find out as soon as anyone else finds out.
Well, one thing you are smart about, let's jump into your tennis picks and your tennis tournament.
Yeah, tennis is going all right. You got 4 tournaments going on right now, which is all into the lead-up events going into the Australian Open, which does start on Sunday. The draw should be coming out tomorrow or Friday. And then no Nadal on the men's side. He did play a prenup tournament. He did lose in the second-round matchup. It was great seeing him back. Unfortunately, it led to more injuries, so he is withdrawing from the Australian Open. His biggest goal is really to hit the clay court, hit the French Open, have one more French Open run, see how far he gets, and then he's going to end up retiring. It really stinks not to see Nadal play in Australia, but it is what it is. When the guys are been playing for 20 years, you know what's bound to happen. So be on the lookout for the Australian Open picks. Action-packed March Madness style, 64 matches a day for the first 2 or 3 days, and it's going to be real exciting. I love that time.
Awesome. How's the season? How's the record looking in the test right now?
Right now, 43-42, just around 500. Okay. I'm really just down some juice right now. I haven't had any killer days. I haven't had any major losing days. But if you're 4-4 every single day and you're losing juice, it just slowly starts to add up. So nothing too crazy right now. We're only 10 days in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Clay, since you joined us a little bit late, do you got anything in college basketball or the NBA for us? How's that been looking for you lately?
It's been all right. I mean, I like one today. I like that Clippers under 236 tonight.
Yeah.
It's probably the last game on the board, if I'm not wrong. And I like 2 in college. I like the under 146 in St. John's and the Tennessee, Mississippi State under 138, guys. Those are my 3.
All
right.
I
like it, Pipe. I love it, Pipe.
Awesome, Pipe. Well, good luck with those.
Let's go, brother. Let's go.
And good luck.
Hey, Sammy, I wanted to mention that New Year's party you had there. I said something to you there, no pun intended, but the dude actually took a dump. I know you're going to clean it, but shit, I'd have made him clean it. I just thought I'd mention that.
What?
Yeah, so it turned out what happened was...
I heard this one.
Let him know. Let him know, Sammy, what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I hosted New Year's at my house in the reference of I had a couple buddies crash on my couch. One guy blacked out, just crashed up on there. And then the other guy blacked out, was throwing up and apparently shitting all over the bathroom. He left around 4 a.m. from what my brother says because my brother was sober. So my brother texted me in the morning because my bedroom has the master bathroom in there. So my brother texted me in the morning and was like, hey, can you check my bathroom? And I looked in there and I was like, oh, boy. And yeah, luckily I was a little bit hungover, but it took a solid 20, 30 minutes of cleaning. But kind of is what it is. We're adults now. It's not my frat house when I was 18 years old. And you just let it linger. You got to sack up. That's what you get for hosting. Sometimes people get a little bit crazy. I don't think we drank that much. I mean, we only had 3 shots, maybe 5, 6 beers, but everyone's different as far as how much they can handle.
Before you clean that up, I would have sent a picture and been like, what the fuck?
He knows what he did. You know what I mean?
That explains why he did. That explains why he didn't. That explains why he didn't have him clean it up. He didn't see it till morning. Shit. Now I understand.
Yeah, he left right away. I'm too nice, and I'm not that petty, and it's my house. I'm not going to leave my house in that condition.
Hey, listen. Of course. I mean, if it's left there, what the hell are you going to do? I'd have had to clean up that shit too. But that was just hilarious, man. I saw you posting. And got my drink on, got my dance on, got the New Year's Eve on, and everyone was safe and responsible. Got home around 12:45, so it was a good New Year's. We had a good time. That's right, brother. That's right.
That's the main thing. Pipe, how was your New Year's Eve?
Oh, it was excellent, man. We had a pork here. We had a little bit of the biscuits, a little bit of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think I posted the pictures in the forum. It was great. I mean, every year I usually do, pork around that time. Some people do turkey. Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, good luck to everyone on the forum on this big wild card weekend. Best of luck with all your plays, and we will catch you guys on the forum.
See ya.
Right on. Hey, Sammy, you're kicking ass in that little thing we got going on in college. I see you.
Oh yeah, we talked about it. I'm 6-1. I got Tennessee tonight, -2.
He's rolling.
I went against you yesterday and didn't realize it. Until it was too late.